Back here at the Potters Leisure Resort, the entertainment has finished. There is a hush around the rink because everybody is awaiting the final that an awful lot of people were anticipating. It promises to be an absolute corker. It's the defending champion and top seed Mervyn King against Alex Marshall, MBE. He was honoured in this year's New Year's list for services to bowls. He's won this title 3 times. No man ever in the history of the World Indoor Championships has won it 4 times. Let's hear from both of the players.
Support has been excellent. I mean, obviously, you always can get more support than anyone else because you're local. So, but I try and cut it out when I get on the green. Obviously, thank them all for coming, that sort of thing afterwards. But you just got to try and focus on the job in hand.
Yeah, they'll be cheering for the local man, but they always appreciate the good bowls, and if I play good bowls, they'll applaud them as well. But I'm sure, as I say, we'll enjoy the game, and I'm sure the fans will enjoy it as well.
Obviously, delighted to get this far. It's been a hard road through, and I mean the standard of play now is so good. You've got to play really well to do it, and I'm over the moon to be in the final.
Well, when you go into the green, everybody's got the nerves in their stomach, but once you go into the green, playing in front of 1,200 people, it's fantastic. You can't get any bigger than that in the world.
He's got the big drive, he's got the conversion shot. Look, he played to win that yesterday. I mean, you won't ever see probably a better shot than that. So you've got to play at your best. I think if I can just draw away and try and get the bowls in the head and put Alex under pressure and just see what happens.
Mervyn's a fantastic player. He's got every shot in the book. He's so consistent on his draw shots, and he's proved that here, this week. So hopefully I can just get a little bit closer to him and just edge him out.
Alex is hoping to win his 4th title, which no one's ever done before, and I might retain mine for 2. So there's not too many people who've done that. So it'll be a really good game, and hopefully if we can both play as we can play, it'll be an excellent game.
Well, I'm joined by the world #1, Greg Harlow, who knows both of these men extremely well. You can tell from Mervyn's voice that he's full of cold. Well, he says it's flu, but it's a heavy cold. How much is that going to affect him?
Yes, it's the dreaded man flu, I think. To be fair, I hope it doesn't, because it could actually ruin the game. But I've spoken to him earlier, and he seems to say the head's clear, it's just all in the nose. So hopefully it won't affect the game, and we should be in for an absolute treat today. And
as for Alex Marshall, whose nickname is Tatty, I asked someone the other day whether that's because he looked like a potato and made them laugh a lot. I didn't mean it, obviously. What's he like? He seems the much more ebullient man.
Yes, I think the difference in the 2 players, Tatty enjoys to have a drink at the bar with his mates of an evening and chill out that way. Having said that, Merv would choose to probably go out and have a curry and a couple of glasses of wine. So they're both different, but when it comes down to the game, they'll both be very focused.
Which one do you fancy to win?
Well, to be honest, there's not a lot to choose, but I'm just going to go with Mervyn, with a local crowd here. I'm just going to give it to him. I don't know, 6-7 and maybe 8 all or something like that. It's going to be a very tight affair.
Well, that's what Greg thinks. What about our brains trust? Over to David Corkill.
Thanks, Claire. And I've got John Price with me for what could be or should be an opinion on what is going to be a great final. John, you're meant to be an expert in this game. And of course, you do some work at Potters, so you must be going for Tatty Marshall.
Well, not really. I'm going to stick with the local guy, Mervyn King. I've got to keep with the Norwich support or the Norfolk support. I've got a feeling Mervyn's on a roll. Just feel he's playing well, good first ball. He's done well here last year, confidence is high, and I think he's on a roll there.
I'm going with Tatty because I feel that Tatty's reaction at the end of the semi-final for me was beyond normal, put it that way. He's won the title 3 times. He's never reacted to the last bowl in any match before, even when he's won titles. And to me, Tatty is the man who really, really wants this. He wants to make history.
Well, that might be true, but the only thing I feel, Dave, is that Mervyn is a little bit more relaxed. The fact that Tatty's going for that 4th, the pressure will be on. Mervyn's done or achieved what he wanted to achieve last year. He's come back, he's relaxed, and I think he could win it again.
So really what you're saying, John, is that I may not get out of here alive today if I'm right and Tatty wins.
Well, I think there's a big crowd in there, and I'm going to stick with the big crowd because Mervyn's on a roll.
I've got a fast car waiting. I can get out of here quick.
I hope so.
Well, the MC here, Richard Bear, has already been telling jokes, he's been singing, he's been dancing. Now it's the serious bit of his job. Richard, it's all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome your 2 finalists, the defending champion, Mervyn the Killer King, and Alex Tatty Marshall.
Well, it's going to be a fantastic game, there's no doubt about that, Greg, but we're not really sitting on the fence, are we? I've just got a slight edge for Taddy Marshall. You're going to go with Mervyn. I think we could be fighting in the commentary box.
I'm sure we won't fall out over it, David, but I think whatever happens, we're in for a treat this afternoon. Going to get a lot of close bowls, I think.
Yes, we've both known these players for a very long time, and there's a great respect, obviously a healthy respect between the both of them. I think we really want this to go to a tie-break.
Yes, I mean, I think there is every chance of it going to a tie-break. Both players are going to draw tremendously close, and they've both got the shots to get out of trouble if the opposition gets in first. We're in for a treat.
Well, Alex Marshall, first bowl, right in behind the jack. And certainly a great start. Well, Taddy's ball just dropping in. He was a little bit disturbed on the mat there. It can happen obviously with a large crowd, and we have a lot of photographers and various other personnel around the arena. And that's something, Greg, that Taddy's quite prone to, isn't he?
Yes, he's very prone to movement in the crowd and so forth. But you'd think all the tournaments he's played in around the world by now he would be used to it, but it can still affect him.
One red.
Well, certainly
Gap with a shot ball, inch and a half,
couple
your
of
ball
ends,
2
but
inches.
no player will want to lose any more than 1 or 2 shots at the most. Taddy Marshall, without doubt, most recognised bowler on the circuit around the world at the moment, indoor and outdoor. He's so well known in the northern and southern hemispheres.
Gap between the balls, 5 inches.
Double Commonwealth Games gold medalist, of course, in the pairs in Manchester with Scottish international colleague George Snedden, and followed that up a back-to-back performance with a different partner, with Paul Foster, in the pairs in Melbourne last year. Look at this. Oh, this is what we expected from Mervyn King. He really does grind you down.
He certainly does. You know, for the whole tournament, his first, second and third bowls have been very close to the jack.
One red.
I wondered, they played their trial ends, and there was probably a 20-minute gap until they've actually started. I wondered whether the first end might be loose, but both players bang their first bowl. We're in for a treat this afternoon.
On the forehand, trying to drift around the short red bowls. He was a little bit pushy with the previous delivery. Should correct with this one.
Certainly a lot closer.
Oh, that's a beauty.
One green.
This is unbelievable standard for the first end of a final. Quite often it can be a scrappy affair, the first end or two, but both players really showing their class and why they're in the final.
A slight touch on the green ball will stretch the jack across to the red one. Close with this. Just drifting. That's a marvellous set of balls.
Tatty's just slightly overplayed his first bowl. Both players settling down, look like they're going to play backhand around the clock, David.
Yes, that's been the favourite side in this event for the last 2 or 3 weeks of this portable rink. Both players using fairly strong bias bowls.
It's both the same size as well, so there's nothing to be gained. Yeah.
Yes, there's no weakness, Craig, is there really in that situation?
With these, slightly stronger bowls, you can play all the shots. With the lesser bias bowls, you're restricted to what you can play, so they can both play the full arrangement of shots.
Your ball, 15 inches.
Mervyn just looking to correct. A couple of feet on weight. Line certainly looks good enough. Might just have overplayed this one. Just slipping past. Still plenty of room. I would imagine both players to get closer with their third and fourth bowls.
Tatty been a bit disturbed again. He just needs to settle himself.
This looks better.
Oh, he's definitely got a chance with this. It's going to home in on the jack with good pace. Here it comes. Correction made.
Force Mervyn into changing to the forehand. You can just see a fraction of the jack. Line's very good. Pace is pretty good. Can he reach the jack? Great effort.
Well, it's a good second, and that was important for Mervyn.
Yes, the final, of course, being over 11 ends as opposed to 9, so gives you that little extra time to get back in if you don't start too well.
There's potential of 25 ends, of course. But each set, like a little mini game on its own. Tatty looking just to drift around the green ball. Won't mind if he isn't another shot. He'll be trying for another. Oh, very close again. Wants to just drop off that. Perfect. Two wonderful deliveries from Alex Tatty Marshall, third and fourth bowls.
2 green.
I think I'm right in saying as well, David, each one of these world finals, whoever's won the first set has won the match. I think I'm right in what I'm saying there.
Well, there's one thing about it, Greg. Get the first one, put it in the back pocket, and you really are very, very confident then going into the second. You don't want to relax, though. And Mervyn didn't relax against you, certainly in the second set for a while, but then you fought right back. Close with this. Needs to bend, has to bend. Oh, just dropped off. He may have second. He may even be shot. Well. Oh, what a bowl. Was typical Mervyn King.
Yes, fantastic stuff. He probably only had an inch and a half to get in. Tatty had got his 2 bowls in very close. From this angle here, it looks red, but probably going to be a very tight measure.
So little wedges placed in underneath the bowl to make sure there's no movement when the calipers go in. The metal caliper will be rested one end on the rink just to stabilise it. As umpire Mike Davies tries to separate these 2 bowls, every shot, of course, so important. Both players using the same type of bowl.
Very close.
One shot to red.
Red ball, one to Mervyn. Oh. No, it doesn't get much better than that last delivery.
Mervyn King from Fakenham, of course, and there's Susanna. Greg, you know Susanna very well. There's Suzanne.
Yes, tends to get very nervous at these matches, and I've sat with her on many occasions, and it is more nerve-wracking watching and supporting than it is actually playing.
Well, she has company up there, of course, and daughter Alicia, I'm sure, will keep her right.
Yes, she's full of fun and mischief, that one.
Sparky wee number, isn't she? As you say, Greg, playing around the clock, backhand, backhand. Both these players are very happy to go into the wide swinging hand. Let the ball drop in on the jack as the weight comes off, the bias takes effect. Here it comes. Oh, right on it. Well, both those balls on a perfect line. Alex Marshall lives in Tranent in East Lothian. And just look at those titles. He's going for the history, making 4th today. World Indoor Pairs a couple of times. Interesting game against Jason Greenslade, but a tight one. Kelvin Kirkhope, Billy Jackson. But he hasn't lost a set in this event so far. And you'll see he's ranked number 6 in the world. The provisional ranking for Alex Marshall is, if he wins this title, he'll go to number 3 with one event to go in the tour this year. If he loses, he'll go to number 4.
Both hands now actually slightly blocked for the perfect draw to the jack. So I think Tati now just trying to get around his own green ball to count beyond the jack. Needs a clean run.
Yes, as you say, Greg, they're both on a good line. So you really have to take a very wide arc to try and make it past. And Mervyn will have a little look at this just to see what the possibilities are. Just a one down. There's not a lot on, really, Greg, is there?
No, it's an unusual end because there's not really a clear-cut draw to the jack, but yet there's not a clear-cut shot either. So you might have to invent something here.
As the plant looks like it's going away from the jack. Won't help. There may be something on the forehand to try and make his way between balls.
Yes, that's what he's trying. So obviously he's got to weave his way through these bowls without touching any of them to draw to the jack for shot.
Oh, he's close. He's certainly on a good line. Has he got the pace? The little edge will help. Well, I have to have a look at this on the overhead camera to see. Very, very close. Marker Brian Daly has been asked to come in and try and separate the two balls.
Whether Alex lays one or has one down, David, he's got the same problems that Mervyn had. There's not really a clear-cut shot on. Obviously, if he favours one green, it's just the draw around his own. And
one green.
Well, Brian Daly, very experienced marker umpire on the tour. I'll take his word for it.
Yes, me too. It makes it easier for Tati. He knows he lays the shot, so he can just give it a little bit of extra green. Try and drop round his own front bowl to count 2, which will be the first double of the game.
Well, Tati putting the ball down. It's just photographers just catching his eye. They have to be so still.
He's on a great line. All about pace here. Has he got enough to get past the green? Just about.
Very, very good effort. I think you need another inch to be absolutely certain. Mervyn will probably ask for a measure on this. There's not much in it. Don't know. I think it may be just one to green. There's a little wedge going in. That stops the ball from moving when the measure's used. Well, they didn't even measure that one, Greg. Took it out.
It looked very close from here, but obviously once you get over it, as you say, probably just that inch short. And Ryan Daly predicted one green. Normally very accurate, so...
now we'll find out.
We will find out, yes.
Well, our rings certainly indicated that it's one to green. I like to see calipers being used even for a measure that's 6-7 inches away, Greg, because they're just so accurate, and I think the players generally prefer them.
Yes, I think so as well. They're absolutely rock solid, guaranteed to get the right result.
One shot to green.
Well done, Mr. Daly. Good call. Our rings were accurate as well.
Yep, sign him up for another year.
Contract safe. Well, I think Claire has a couple of interesting people to have a chat to.
I have, David, thank you. It's a case of millimetres so far. It makes even more nerve-wracking viewing for Mervyn King's wife, Suzanne, his stepdaughter, Alicia. Now, talk us through the hat.
It's just really lucky, and it's the same colour as his T-shirt, really.
And what about the T-shirt?
It's just...
Just put your arms out, there you go. It says Merv King still. And will he be king today, do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Suzanne, what are you making of it so far? He told us that he went to bed at 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Did you leave him to it, or did you administer the old cold remedies?
Yeah, I was sent down to the chemist to buy a few bits and pieces to make him feel better, and then just left him to it, really.
Doesn't seem to be affecting his play so far.
No, he seems quite well, really, considering he's got a bad cold, but he's doing all right.
And do you enjoy occasions like this?
It's very nerve-wracking. Very nerve-wracking.
OK, well, I'll leave you chewing your nails. Thank you both of you. Thanks, Elsa.
Well, just on cue, Dad draws a perfect ball. As you say, Greg, full of mischief, Alicia. So
yes.
Giving Mervyn a big hug before he left to go on. Yeah, it's a great reply by Cathy Marshall.
There's both players here matching each other more or less bowl for bowl, which is what we expected. Crowd absolutely loving it. Just needs to run a little bit here to draw the shot back. What a bowl.
There's few people in the world as accurate as Mervyn King on the draw shot.
Brian been asked the question again.
Well, Alex asking permission to come down and look at it, and be a very brave marker to say no on this one.
Yes, I think as bowls get as close to this, the angles are so important. Obviously, if Tatty repeated his last bowl and touched it own, the jack would spring and he'd be 2 down. So, not be playing that shot.
It's not a good head, really, for Alex Marshall, the way it's sitting. The key bowl, of course, is the one about a foot behind the jack. You may be tempted, Greg, just to move on to the other hand with this one.
I think so. Forehand, dead draw. If he manages to just touch the red, he will be 1 shot. If he touches the red shot with any weight, it will spring too far and he would definitely be 1 down. We're going to find out because he's very close.
Oh, he needs to hurry to get past. Oh. Well, trouble is that's not going to help him with his next effort. And Mervyn King can draw away in the backhand. A little touch on the green ball will give him 2 shots.
Yes, Merv's got the easier shot. He knows if he touches the green, he's guaranteed to be laying 1, possibly 2. He's got the line. Has he got the pace?
Well, we still don't know who's lying the shot. That's the problem. I think both balls may actually be touching.
Yes, I think so. And obviously the situation there is if they aren't, it's a tied end. Tatty will be the happier because he hasn't got the position to play to.
I think I might be inclined just to play position anyway, Greg, to be honest, because this is just too dangerous for Tatty. He knows if he leaves this, Mervyn will almost certainly get it with his last delivery. He needs a position ball.
Yeah, somewhere near the back red bowl, as close as possible, obviously. It's going to be the same line as his last. Extra few inches of pace. He's certainly on the road for it. Can he get past?
Oh, he's dropped it short. Well, definite chance for Mervyn. Doesn't matter whether they're both touching or not, unless he's lying in one shot at the moment. If he's lying one, he might be tempted just to leave it.
Yes, Merv's elected not to bowl his last bowl, so I'm assuming he thinks he's got better eyes than Brian and Tatty, and he thinks he's one shot.
He must be lying the shot.
If not, he would have definitely played down the backhand to nudge for two.
I thought he would have played it. You know, it's...
I suppose the only danger was if he got a fraction narrower, he could actually turn his own bowl away and give one away. And if he lays shot in a game as tight as this...
Those are little white tape that goes in underneath the balls, which gives the opportunity to put a feeler gauge in, and you can actually see much, much better against the white if there's a gap or not.
I don't actually think there's room to get a feeler in there, to be honest.
Oh,
Might
maybe
be
1/64th, maybe. Oh. Back to the old days of changing spark plugs in engines. We used to use feeler gauges. Oh, that is very, very tight. Well, you have to be careful, of course. White tape there, but oh, I could see
One
the green
shot to
ball.
red.
One shot to red. Good call by Mervyn King. Elected not to play his last ball. He knew he was lying the shot, and he's levelled the scores 2-all after 4 ends. This was going to be a matter of millimetres when it comes to this particular match. Both players wonderful drawers to the jack. We haven't had a chance to see any of the heavyweight shots yet. They may well come if required. And that's something that they'll not want to go into those shots too early, Greg. They'll want to stick to the draw.
No, both players obviously just finding their weight, just playing their draw weight. As we get nearer the end of the set, a chance of a count might come possible. We'll probably see the weighted shots, but at the moment they're just feeling each other out on the draw, and as the score suggests, very, very even. .26 metre jack length should suit Tatty just as much as Mervyn, and look at this. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than those two lead bowls, and so often that is the key to success when it comes to playing the sport. And Mervyn King, now 41, Club Gallo and Fakenham. And of course he's defending this title. Already won a couple of indoor pairs world titles, and he had very tight games. David Gurley, Robert Wheel, Les Gillett. Just as they were going through that back file, Mervyn King draws his shot yet again.
One red. The gap is 1 inch.
Incredible stuff. Mervyn draws within an inch or two. Tatty beats it. Mervyn beats it again. Fantastic stuff.
As both players getting a little edge off the front red ball on their journey towards the jack.
Half an inch.
Now Alex will be looking to try and touch his own ball to drop the red one down. If he misses the ball, he'll get a good position.
He's actually looking to dead draw this. On the line is on.
Oh, that's tough. I think he's very close though on his own ball, solid. Oh, just needed a little bit more weight to make the draw.
One red.
Yeah, still one to Mervyn, but it's actually set a better head up for Alex now.
I think the next one might have a little bit more weight on it.
Quick look, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite right. Both players coming to look at this because the angle's all important, as we've said before. If those two green bowls are planted straight onto the red, Merv needs another one in, and Alex has got a nice little conversion shot.
Yes, that's what Mervyn's worried about.
Be interesting to see whether Mervyn actually changes to the forehand to get around the green, or whether he sticks to the backhand to creep around his own red.
Creep around. He might even lock it in, Greg, if he's got a chance with that. These guys are playing with such accuracy.
Certainly on a perfect road. How's this? How's this?
Oh, just dropping short, and Alex will play with a little bit of pace now, surely.
The only danger here is if he gets onto the red, he may take out his own green. He's playing the shot. Needs the green bowl for contact.
Oh,
doesn't need the red.
Very close. Well, he got both, as it turns out, and he still left the shot. Still available.
One red.
Mixed the head around a little bit. Didn't get it clean though.
No, well, only half a bowl narrow, that's all. Played the shot, looked good, just dived at the end, and instead of getting full bowl on green, just got a fraction of the red first, which just took him offline, which then mixed the end up completely. Still good position for him though.
Well, not much reaction from Alex because he realises the shot's still available. So much in this game with regards to possible shot play.
Yeah, I think Mervyn playing a cover bowl now. Trying to get beyond the jack, probably as near to the green bowl as possible.
Oh, John, another shot if he drops back. Oh. Well, it may have been a cover ball of a different type, but, and I'm with you, Greg, I think he was trying to be a little bit wider than that. I don't really think that Mervyn was trying to draw another shot.
No. I think now it's left Hattie a similar shot to the one he played last bowl, maybe increase the pace a little bit, force the two green ones into the head, run through with the jack.
Yes, I don't think I can do anything else other than play a little bit of weight.
Just where his foot is, it looks anything in there with pace, and the green bowl and the jack would come right through to the back of the rink.
I just wonder, he might actually be able to get all three bowls. If he gets this absolutely right, Greg. Green ball under red, that will go. This red will definitely go, and so will this. All sorts of chances, but he has to hit the target.
Yes, that is possible.
I think he'd be happy just to hit it. Take a single.
Can't see him missing the target somehow. This is going quite quick.
Oh, he's on the backhand. That's interesting.
He likes it.
Very close. Well, if it stays up, it'll do. Well, fell back, but I think it's one to green. Didn't get it absolutely perfect, but pretty good. We have another single, 3-2.
Yes, as we said, David, he had lots of options there, and decided to play off the backhand instead of the forehand. Got right into it, turned his own bowl up. Here we go. Online all the way, liked it, stood, bang, onto the red, shot bowl out, forward onto his own, and it just about stays in for one shot green. I say just about because it's trying to roll back round that wood, look. hangs in for one.
It's dropped back, but stayed within an inch and a half of the jack. And the mat is well up the rink from Alex Marshall.
Shows the standard of the game. There's 5 bowls there, all within 3 or 4 inches of the jack, and that's after 2 runners had made contact to the head.
And once again, a very good lead ball. Anything behind his previous ball would be good. Doesn't want to drop short, and it is. That's not going to help later. Mervyn's playing just slightly inside the normal draw line with this one. Here it comes, trying to dip underneath his own ball for the jack. He's got it. On the short ball there, Greg, of Alex Marshall, the second delivery is not going to help him.
Gap's just over an inch.
No, it's restricted his options quite a bit, and more or less a dead draw, an inch to play with. Road is very good. What a great effort. What a great effort this is.
1 red.
Should force Mervyn onto the backhand to follow that bowl down. The way they're both playing, it wouldn't surprise me if he sat that for a second shot. Looks a touch wider than Alex was. If it gets past the head, it's going to be in a good position, which it is.
Every shot precious in this match, and I'm just wondering, will Alex be tempted with this? Coming in on the forehand, Greg, for just a little touch on the ball. Try and get the jack over beside his green one.
Yes, he might be tempted by that, but if he plays that, he's really got to be delicate, because if the bowl and jack goes through, he could drop a soft 2 or 3, which obviously he doesn't want to do in a tight scoring game. He might just stick to the backhand draw. Repeat.
Yes.
Repeat his last bowl, sit off his last bowl, and count the 1.
The margins are very, very tight on the backhand. Well, he's chased after this one, but I think he's a little bit on the high side. And that's where the problem was. The margins were so tight. I think he's playing with such confidence that he could have drawn the forehand, Greg, because these guys are playing to millimetres.
I think, to be honest, both these guys believe they can draw within an inch with every bowl, and they quite often are out here today. And, slightly easier for Mervyn, because he lays the 1. There's no danger of giving it away. Skirt round the front green, rest the back green, drop in for 2. Very close.
Same problem. Just a little bit on the high
shot
side.
to red.
Another single shot after 6 ends. The score in this world final, 3-all.
Well, I'm with a man who made the final here 5 times, won the title once, John Price. So often, John, in finals of any sport, we don't actually see the best of the players, but this is an exception.
Exactly. Brilliant start to the match, living up to expectations. 2 brilliant players on the top of their form. Superb.
And actually, Mervyn doesn't seem to be showing any signs of ill health.
No, he's got a cold, but it's not affecting his play. Really good game and very close at the moment.
Very hard to say which way it might go. Obviously, with the longer format for the final, concentration, I mean, you've been telling me all week, in a two-set format, you cannot afford to lose concentration even for a second.
That's right. Even when you're down shot, you don't want to drop more than one, so it's very tight at the moment. Alex going for the short jacks, Mervyn playing a little bit longer, highly tactical, a bit like a chess match.
It is. It's fascinating to watch. Let's rejoin Greg and David.
Well, that's a rare mistake by Mervyn King. First ball dropping over a metre short. We have this longer game, of course, in the final, Greg, and I just wonder if Mervyn, you know, he's not making too much out of the fact that he's got a heavy cold, but it's very hot out there. It's quite stuffy, and the longer the game goes on, it might be a factor.
Yes, over these longer sets of 11 ends, I just hope it doesn't. As you say, it's holding up at the moment. He's playing fantastically well, as is Alex. And just hope, as you say, it doesn't affect him in, say, the back end of the second set.
Big correction to the second ball. Got the shot back. Large crowd here at Potter's Leisure Resort. Hopton-on-Sea really enjoying this final. A lot of home support, of course, for the local man.
Yes, that might just lift Mervyn enough to get over his symptoms. This longer jack length actually catching both players out a little bit. Not a bowl that has reached the head, which is unusual.
I expect this one to be better from Alex. He can really go out on a wide line at this distance and just let the ball drop in. He certainly looks a little bit quick. Overcorrected. It's a decent ball there.
Yes, that last bowl might give Alex options for his last bowl. Depends how tight Merv can get in with this. Does he look good for a second shot, or is he going to slip through the back?
And it's good enough as soon as it dropped back. It's number 2. Don't think the front plant on the forehand, which is what Alex is looking at. No, he's going to assess all the options here. It's only the one shot, and that makes a big, big difference. This is not a game to start taking chances.
I'll be very surprised if he plays anything other than a backhand draw. Only one against. No clear-cut shot on to make a count of 2 or 3.
What he's looking at, Greg, at this point, he's not going to play that shot because it's not really worth it, to be honest. The backhand, we both agree, is the right way to play it, and on the high side.
Yes, if he played that shot, he's got to get an absolute solid for 1. If he got either side, he could take it out and drop a 2. I think he'll draw the shot. But he's the man down there. He played a good runner down that way last time. He's shaping up for forehand.
He is indeed. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think he would go for this. Well, very controlled timing weight, and he's in very near the target. Just didn't get back, and Greg, there was a
one shot to red.
lot of risks involved there, but it was the last ball at the end, so Alex Marshall was prepared to take that risk. 7 ends, 4-3. My goodness, where is the break going to be? Quick look at the rules here. Best of 2 sets, of course. 11 ends per set. That has been extended by 2 ends from the previous rounds of 9 ends per set. And of course, we've got a 3-end tie break. And it's only in the tie break on the last end that the players can burn the head. Otherwise, during the normal match, if a jack goes outside the confines of the rink, it's respotted in a pre-designated point on the rink, either side. When we say burned head, that means the jack goes outside the confines. And the 3rd end of the tiebreak, we can replay it.
Tatty just getting the best of the opening bowls on this end.
The last ball gap would be 2.5 inches.
2.5 inches. Merv, the way you're playing, 2 inches too many.
Oh, he's close. He's so very, very close with this bowl. Look at this. Oh, it's like radar. It really is. Side toucher. I think it was 2.25 inches too much, Greg.
Yes, I done him an injustice there.
It's an inch short of jack high.
You give him an extra 1/4 inch.
I was feeling generous. Force Alex into changing down the forehand. He'll just be looking to sit his own green bowl over to regain the shot.
This ball's on a good line. It's all about pace. Has he got the power to make the connection?
He's very close.
Oh, drop it inside. Perfect weight to drop the ball down.
Merv obviously would like to leave that green bowl there and come around it. Maybe sit in for a back toucher.
I tell you what, he's very close to this green ball. Don't think he's got the power to do any damage, has he? Oh. Well, the margins are very, very tight now with that ball.
I think Alex might come up and have a look at this, but no, he's happy. Going to try and repeat the last shot, add an extra inch or two of pace, which will be enough to turn his own green bowl in. Played this on a thinner line, so I'm assuming he's going to be reaching.
Oh, he hasn't pushed. Caught up in the short stuff. Well, there's not a lot of room to add another, but there's just something about the way Mervyn King is playing, with that sort of confidence. You might just try and make another, but look at that card. Scorecard, single, 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 all the way.
Yes, and if you look, that Mervyn just broke the pattern on the last end by scoring 2 successive ones, first time in the game. How tight these margins are. That could be enough to win the first set. Unbelievable stuff. He's on a road here.
A very good road, but I think he's very close to the green ball again. Oh, surely it's coming down this time. It is. Oh, he's given the shot away, Greg. And if it is one green, Alex Marshall will walk away from this.
This was the shot that Alex has been trying for the last 2 bowls.
One shot to green.
Yes, he's not playing the last ball. Mervyn knew that any touch in the green ball was giving the shot away, and that's really, you just shouldn't do that, Greg. You have to let your opponent score it.
Yes, Alex had tried that twice and failed. I'm not saying he would have got it with his last, but it would have been a very difficult shot. Slightly unfortunate for Mervyn there. Alex having a big long think now where to put the mat and where to place the jack. He's going all the way up the green.
Yes, there's, amongst the game of bowls, there's always a saying, which is make your opponent play the shot to get the shot. Oh, this jack's close. He's okay. He's fine. Lots of room there.
He took the mat right up to the minimum, so he had nothing to play with. So this is as short as it can be. And how's this for an opener?
Well, it's a very good opener, and it's only the fact that Mervyn's such a good drawer. And you might just try and draw this, and I think if you were down there, Greg, you might just be tempted.
I think there would be 1 or 2 of us that would be tempted to try and ditch that, but Merv's strengths are in his drawing. He'll definitely try and outdraw this bowl.
Well, He just got a little snick of the jack on the way past, which has tightened it up a little bit.
Yes, it has, and I think that will force Tatty down to the forehand now. He'd like to tighten it up even more by turning the jack around and hiding it behind his own green bowl. Road is good.
Well, he doesn't want to drop jack high, and I think he may have done just that. And surely Mervyn will have a pop at this, Greg.
Yes, I think so now. Too big a target to leave. No hesitation. Backhand. Can he? Sorry, I thought he was going to get the jack all the way through there, but it just held onto the bowl.
I was going to say he had the two balls. It just seemed to hold up the last metre or two.
It did from our viewpoint here.
Comedy box is behind the rink. We have a fantastic view, especially on that backhand away from us.
Looks slightly wider this time. It's very, very well placed bowl.
Yes, that's a handy one.
It's 2 green.
And counts as well. Has come around all the way around the red bowl. Sat in for 2. Merv's going again.
Very, very close. Chance of the 2 balls. Oh, jack clean. He's going to bury it. Well, he's landed in the ditch, and I'm certain he's right on top of that jack. That's going nowhere, Greg.
That's number 1. That's certainly number 1. Big end now.
Well, that's the new material from World Bowls who are using in the ditches. The little rubber prongs that sit up 1.5 inches, and once a jack goes in there, it locks it in tight. And Alex will be thinking, I have to draw a decent second ball. This is not easy, but he has to accept the fact he's not going to get the shot this end. That's a very good effort.
Decisions for Mervyn now. Attempt to draw the first 2 of the end, or try and push the ball out and stop for 3.
I think the problem for Mervyn is he's probably thinking about the next end. If he plays another runner, will it affect his draw weight? Whereas if he tries to draw it, he'll have the feel again.
He tends to favour the draw. He's going for this.
Well, that's very controlled. He's trying what we call a little stun shot. I think he's inside it.
I think probably because we're in the 9th end of the match, he just favoured if he could get a 3. He virtually got the first set in the bag.
Certainly in this game he would. But that's a single to Mervyn King. 9 ends, 5-4. A very, very tight first set. This is a Langham Glass trophy that they're playing for. The title, of course, of the world singles champion. £28,000 first prize, and a whole raft of ranking points. And in Mervyn King's position, win or lose, he's going to provisionally rank 6. From a couple of years ago, Greg, when Mervyn was really on the edge of going out of the top playing ranking list.
Yes, well, basically last year, if he didn't win the world singles, he was out of the top 16 or the top 20 in the world. So from there, he's done fantastically well. All the players knew he was still capable of it, and he's now proven it himself.
Yes, Mervyn King, world rank number 3, some 8-9 years ago. He was consistently in that 3-4 position in the world for a few years. Started to ease off in terms of ranking with a few unfortunate results. Oh, Tatty dropping short. Mervyn jack high. Well, I can see that Alex Marshall's favoured the short jack length, and Mervyn just going a little bit more, not much. He's not pushing through to the 29, 29.5 yet. this is a very good start for Mervyn. And penultimate end of the set. Alex Marshall will be tempted to try and open these up a little bit, not waste too much time with them. Yes, playing pace.
Is he going to hold long enough?
Might get one. Shot ball gone. It's a hard shot with that timing weight, Greg, in the forehand.
Yes, it is. It tends to hold a line a little bit better if you go quicker. Earlier in the set, I think Tatty would have drawn that, but because we're getting towards the death of this set, as we said, they're starting to play a few shots now. Mervyn's playing this draw shot incredibly well.
Well, I think Tatty might go back to the draw here. Try and draw this in the backhand off the last ball.
Yes, he probably has about 4 to 5 inches now to draw the shot, whereas before he was blocked. The road is absolutely perfect. How's the pace? How is the pace? Look at this.
Oh, what an effort, and that ball just didn't come back at the end of its travel. About 2 meters out, I was certain he was going to draw the shot.
Probably only an inch heavy, an inch less, and it definitely would have dropped back on the right side of the red bowl and fallen in for shot.
Well, the most nervous person in the arena. And probably the cheekiest one as well.
She likes the orange juice out of that machine.
And so that's up in the players' lounge, of course. Mervyn's wife, Suzanne. And young Alicia. Very quick to tell me she's now 9.
Something different about this one, David.
Well,
too rad.
You think he has to play the same ball again?
Yes, I don't think he's really got any option. Play the draw shot, sit the back red for shot, and you feel he has to get this to keep the first set alive. You just feel it. How tight this game has been, a 3 would be too much on the last end.
Alex's wife, Diane, another nervous spectator. She's seen it all before.
Well, Tatty.
Has he kept the weight?
Something looks different about this one.
He's dropped it. Oh, he only needed another foot or so, and it's going to be 2 shots to red. And that's the break. The break in the sequence. And with this match, the way it's been going, surely that will be enough for Mervyn King to secure the first set.
Yes, you'd think so. All those ones in the first double. Tatty now needs a 3 to get a tied set. Highly unlikely. If he could manage a 2, that would keep my prediction on track, David. 7-6 first set.
Yes. Well, it's always going to be tight. I have to say, I didn't think it would be just this tight with regards to the number of singles. But Mervyn King, well, he is the man that can draw to the jack with the most consistency on the tour at the moment. Doesn't rely too much on the conversion shots, although very capable of playing them. But this is really his strength.
Alex will make sure he's getting beyond this red bowl. He'd like to draw the shot, but if not, he'd like to be just finishing behind to give himself a chance of a 3 later in the end. Be very happy with this.
Oh, it's a beauty of a start for Alex Marshall, and we've had a lot of spectators here. We see the kids from White Oak Bowling Club in Swanley in Kent, and they were great fun last night. I got challenged to a 10-pin bowling match by those folks, and they really gave me a hard time, I have to say.
Mervyn on a great road here. Is he going to get it back?
Great effort.
1 green.
May not have got the shot, but it makes it very difficult for Alex to get another bowl in on the backhand.
Both the red balls are about 8 inches short of jack high.
The scorecard, Mervyn King, the 2 in the last end was the break. Breaking the sequence of single shots put him into a very good position. I think Alex has got no choice but to try and draw this. I think he might just come round it on the backhand, Greg.
He's desperate to stay on this backhand. This is where he's put the majority of his bowls in, but they're only 8 inches short. So
very narrow to get round there. That's why he's been playing. He's changed onto the forehand. This forehand is just not the easiest hand to move on to.
No, and he didn't like that. The second he let go, his head went down.
Well, I think the line was good, and that's why he knows that on that forehand you have to give it that little bit extra push, and that's one of the balls that he can't use to get the 3 he needs.
And Mervyn obviously hasn't got the pressure of scoring the 3, can just roll one down. It's amazing how much easier it is when the pressure's not on you.
Oh, what a ball, but look at this. It's a scrum line. He can't get past that. It's a wall of balls in front of the jack, blocking the way for Alex Marshall.
He's literally said to Alex, you can have the 1, but you try and get another 2 in there. It's nearly a perfect position in this situation. You don't mind dropping 1. Just block him out from getting a 2nd and 3rd. He'll be very happy with that. Might not look it, but he's happy with that. Alex now, he's got to invent a shot. Play down with weight, probably on the backhand. And he's going to look for one of those splits. Split a red away and just try and follow on to get a 2nd bowl in the head. Incredibly difficult. Can't see any other way he can get a 3.
Well, this is tough. He might make a double, but I can't imagine how he's going to make a 3 out of this. He's looking at the forehand as well. Yeah, he's playing a little runner to try and move red balls out of the way. Will he be caught with his own front one? Oh, that's it now.
Well, if they stay on,
I think 1's running into the ditch. It's gone. Well,
Mervyn now, obviously, he'll just drop behind, split the 2 green bowls, and that's set over.
Well, he'll go deep with this one, no doubt about that. Keep wide of it. Well, what a lovely position for Mervyn King, playing a deep ball. He's closed this head down in a manner which is total perfection. Trouble for Tati is, if he wants to hit this and hope for some sort of miracle, it won't help his weight shot, or it won't help his draw shot the next end, but I think he has to play something. Oh, he's sticking to the draw. That's very sensible. He's accepted he's lost the set.
Yeah, absolutely nothing on there at all for Alex. Accepted the first set's away. His mind's already on the 2nd set.
1 shot to green, the 1st set to red.
Well, a large roar from this home support for Mervyn King. The Fakenham man takes the first set, 7 shots to 5 in defence of his world title. What a marvellous set of balls.
Well, among the players who are standing up in the Players' Lounge watching this, they were knocked out earlier in the championship. Kelvin Kirkhour of Australia, Jonathan Ross of Northern Ireland. Kelvin, Mervyn doesn't show much, does he, in his face?
No, he keeps his emotions very much tight. He doesn't give too much away to the opposition, and Merv's just going along as he can and plugging away, and he looks like he's a winner at this stage.
His draw working very well, but we saw a really positive shot in the 8th end, in the 9th end rather, when Merv ran the jack into the ditch.
Yeah, it was a good change. I think it's been such a tight game with lots of 1s in the first few ends, and Merv obviously trying to get the initiative and run the jack into the ditch, and he made sure that he won that end, and he's backed it up in these last few ends in this first set.
Now, Jonathan, if you were in Alex's shoes, what would you do to change it up? Can he change his tactics in any way?
Well, both players have been playing really well. It's just one slightly loose end from Alec. But Mervyn's playing well at all lengths, and maybe you may think about bringing them out, change the lines just to put Mervyn off slightly.
Do you agree with Calvin? Is it king for you?
I think so at this stage. The first set was a crucial thing for me, so I think Mervyn will go all the way here.
Yes, words of wisdom from two very experienced international players. Alex has already tried the mat right up and played a short jack length, and the jack was ditched by Mervyn King.
Yeah, so although I, just very, very slightly tipped Mervyn from the start, if anybody can dig in and fight and come back in this match, Tati is definitely the man to do that. I've seen him many, many times dig in, scrap, win the next set by 1, and then come back and win the match. So certainly a long, long way from over.
It's a bad end from Alex Marshall. Dropped the first one. And he's just dropped the second one. Not much, only half a metre short, both bowls. If you're going to beat Mervyn King, you have to beat him to the draw. And we've all played against him when he's been in this sort of form. It's a nightmare. So difficult to score shots against. Wonderful large crowd here at Hopton-on-Sea. Getting right behind Mervyn King. They've been very supportive to Alex Marshall as well over the years. They'll want to see him play as well as possible to force this match into a tie-break.
Certainly not the start Alex was looking for in this first end. He's going to be under pressure when he goes to play his last. He's 2 down now. I'm pretty confident Merv will add a third, and Merv's got the only deep bowl as well.
Yes, Alex, he's just not happy. Shake of the head. He knows he's just a little bit away from a really good game at the moment in terms of his play. It's almost like he has to move up just half a gear to match Mervyn.
This shot always easier when you're laying shots. You just roll one down, add another. When you're down, it's a different animal altogether.
Well, this looks good. It's number 3. No back position for Alex Marshall. So that's a problem.
3 red.
The respot won't help.
Now I'm trying to look for a weight shot here to reduce the count, but other than just flicking one away, I can't really see one, to be honest. He might just elect to play a dead weight draw off either hand. He could win on length. He could win 6 inches behind. Not easy, whatever he chooses here.
Yes, well, the draw shot would be the perfect result, and there's Mervyn King's wife, Suzanne. She gets very, very nervous during these matches. The only thing with Tati is with 3 short balls, Greg, will he trust himself to get to the head?
Yeah, back to the backhand. Looking for dead pace.
Oh, he's on a lovely line here. Will it stop in time? Might be a bit pacey. He is. He's run off the head. First 3 of the match goes to Mervyn King.
As you say, David, first 3 bowls all short. Just pushed through that fraction with the last bowl. Not the perfect start for Alex.
Yeah, so no options left. That's a problem, Greg. Nothing there.
It was an awful head, as I say, 3 down. The back was against, and none of the plants were set in to take more than 1 away.
Well, 11 ends, of course, in each set. First 2 sets with 3-end tiebreak to be played if level. The last thing you want to do is give your opponent a great big lead that you have to peg back.
Yes, I'm going to say, every shot had been hard fought. until that end, and you'd have to say that was quite a soft three.
It was a loose three, Greg, really, but Alex Marshall so often gets out of trouble with a big drive, but there was really nothing on there.
And that was the biggest problem. That shot wasn't available to him there. He looks back on song again with this one. Road's very good. Pace is pretty good. Fraction short, maybe. Alex looking slightly concerned there.
You hold the shot.
I think he felt that one was going to run all the way to the jack, as I did as well. Mervyn sticking to his hand, quite confident he can get around the green bowl, slot inside his red for the number one.
Well, it's just run through a little bit, but it's in a good position. What we're finding, Greg, so often in this match so far is that if Mervyn is missing in terms of getting close to the jack, he's inevitably going behind the jack. That's offering lots of opportunities.
Yes, it is, and restricting Alex's shot choice as well, because obviously if he plays weight and Merv's got all the back bowls, he could be worse off. Slightly short again there from Alex.
There's Alex just a few inches off a really, really good game at the moment. But he needs to start getting...
Still slightly favour the red. It's a bit closer now.
Around the jack. He needs to start to pepper this jack. And he's thinking, so what on earth have I got to do?
Merv now switching to the forehand and would dearly like to get one tight in here to get a lot of pressure on Alex.
Well, it's going to drop away, but it's still pretty good.
It's a foot short of jack high.
By the standards of the first set, this is quite a loose head. There's no reason why Alex Marshall shouldn't draw this ball, though. Around the short green one.
Certainly, yeah, certainly doesn't want to get wrecked on his own.
Unless he's carrying a little bit of weight, he just punch it through or make the gap. If he makes the gap, he'll get shot. Perfect weight that time. Won't take Mervyn too long to work out the options here.
One green.
Looks quite nice for a forehand reaching bowl. Push his own red bowl onto the jack or onto the green bowl, or push the green bowl straight out. Not sure whether Merv will play that. That doesn't tend to be his game. If he can see room around the jack, he likes to draw.
I think he might have a go at this, Greg. The red ball, especially onto the jack, would be a marvellous result. Yes, he's inside the line with a little bit of pace, giving this a chance. Will it get back?
Very close, very close.
Oh, well, he connected with the green ball and he got the worst possible result. He's pushed it onto his own closest red ball. And he's two down with one to come. Well, there was an element of risk, but we didn't really think that could happen.
No, that was extremely unlucky. If he'd got that clean, he's 2 or 3 himself, and for it to actually turn his nearest bowl out as well, extremely unlucky.
Well, this is a great chance for Alex Marshall to get the treble back again that he lost the previous end.
He's certainly on a wider road this time, looking to come around his own front short bowl. Clean run and he wins. Clean run to win.
Well, that's more like Alex Marshall. He'll be delighted to see that ball going in. It was the free shot available, the last ball of the end. 3 out.
3 shots to green.
3 it is. It levels the set. 3 all after 2 ends. And by the standards of this match, that's 2 big counts in the first 2 ends.
Unbelievable, isn't it? You know, 9 singles on the first 9 ends, and then the first 2 ends of the second set, 2 threes. Here comes Alex's last bowl. Just scrapes round his own. Perfect draw. 3 shots. And we're back to the minimum length. Alex was starting to scratch his head a bit during that end. He'll feel a lot happier now. Confidence levels will be up. First bowl zeroing in on the jack.
It's jack high. He's just not making the centre of the rink with those bowls. 23.5 metres. The minimum distance 23 metres. So it's very, very short. Now Mervyn. Opposite side of the rink on the forehand. Just dropping round. Like I was saying, Greg, before, if Mervyn's not getting to the jack, he's always behind it.
Always leaving options for later in the end. Alex looking just to drop inside his own bowl, cover the jack. Perfect road.
Just trying to punch the ball or come into the jack. Tatty will cover the back position. Even better if he can turn the jack round the corner.
Yes, he's got 2 or 3 options off this hand. Anything past the jack. Pretty good.
Oh, it's very good indeed. It's another shot and decent cover. I don't think it will change Mervyn though.
No, pretty sure Merv will look to draw second. If he can get the shot, it'll be a bonus. This looks close.
Got a chance with this. All on pace. Has he got enough? Oh, the line was fantastic. Well, this is a very loose end by Mervyn King standards. And again, Alex Marshall's in with a chance. Tell you what, Greg, if he could turn this jack around the corner, it'll close this head down.
Yes, I mean, Alex lays 3 shots. He's actually looked there. In case Mervyn decides to drive the shot bowl onto the jack off the side of the rink, he'll drop 2 way back here on the spot. So a decision. Ah, he's now picked up the wrong colour bowl.
Yeah, try the green one, mate. That might work better. Well, that's when you know that someone's just really focusing on the head. He's trying to memorise the head of bowls.
As you say, trying to get close to that jack.
Yeah, he wants to tuck it in round the corner.
Perfect.
That's narrowed it right down, and this has given Mervyn King a major problem. Mervyn, a man who can play the very heavy bowl, but he doesn't really enjoy it that much.
No, it's not a good head. He really either elects to draw for second or third bowl, or if he drives, he needs the front green bowl onto the jack. Forehand draw it is. Would love to get second or third with this.
Yes, he won't go too wide with this ball, but he has to be reaching. That's the problem. Has he overplayed it, or will he catch the back one? He's overplayed it. Well, it's understandable in some ways. He knew he had to be reaching, but it's going to be big 4 shots. And that just did not look possible.
Incredible. 4 shots to green.
Incredible. It just shows you how the 2 sets can be virtually 2 different matches. 9 singles in the first 9 ends of the first set. 2 threes and a 4 in the first 3 ends of the second.
Yes, Alex Marshall looking to make history, of course. He's already won this singles title 3 times. There's a very, very elite group of bowlers that have done that. David Brandt right at the start. Nearly Tony Alcock, mid-80s, back-to-back 02. Richard Corsie, now retired, of course. Alex Marshall has got his 3 titles. 3 of those 4 players are actually retired virtually from that. And of course, we're sitting there with Paul Foster. So in the modern game, in many ways, Greg, it's really Alex Marshall and Paul Foster who could grab that 4th title. Alex is the one that's so close to it now.
Yes, obviously Alex is going to have the first bite of that cherry. But to do so, obviously, he's got to come from one set down. The way he's finding his form now, tie break is looking very much on the card.
Early days, but to lift a 3 and a 4 off the way Mervyn King has been playing seemed virtually impossible.
Just switching over to the forehand. Love to either drop onto the back red bowl and count, or sit a back toucher.
And this ball fighting its way back on the bias. Didn't quite make it. And yet again, Mervyn sticking to the backhand. Much prefers this side of the rink, in this direction, away from the commentary box.
And this looks to be a very close effort.
Here it comes, look at that. Oh, what a ball. Well, he needed a big ball, he couldn't afford to drop a double in the sand. He's
1 red.
Dug deep, and he's managed to scratch one out of there.
Absolute perfect bowl there from Mervyn. Very short jack. Just comes in absolutely inch perfect. What a shot.
Well, Alex Marshall has got a little punch shot or a dead draw.
He's playing the draw. Probably only has half an inch to draw this shot. This is the level these two are playing to.
He's on a good line. Is he going to get back in time for the jack? Drop back for shot. Oh, what a ball.
Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff.
What a shot from Alex Marshall. Half an inch to draw the shot. I think he's managed to do it.
Yeah, this is indicating to Brian, am I one up, am I one down? Oh, fantastic.
Oh, he'll be a happy man now. Wants to keep this run going.
I was going to say, it'd be nice to see a replay of that and watch this.
Well, why we said that he had half an inch to draw the shot, you can see the red ball's actually a couple inches away, is he didn't want to fall back on it. He needed to miss the jack by half an inch and then drop back.
Mervyn just trying to get any touch onto the green.
Very close. Has he got his own ball first? A little nudge on the jack to the green ball. It's 1 to green. What a wonderful head it goes.
Certainly doesn't take a lot for them to round their bowls up, does it? One big boot and all the bowls are back. Fantastic stuff.
Well, let's get an alternative view from John Price. How do you explain the turnaround? Bad luck for Mervyn, lack of concentration, or has Tatty just picked his game up?
Tatty's picked his game up to another level, but obviously Mervyn had a little shot in that second end of the second set. Didn't go right. He's left Alex with an easy draw for 3, and how quickly the game can turn. Alex picks a 4 up, and Alex is in the driving seat.
And I can't believe all the way through the first set there was ones here and there was 1-2, and we can't start this. We had 3-3-4.
That's right, but it's not through bad bowling. It's through really good play. Alex has picked the stakes up. You know, he's got his game going, and you know, he's in the driving seat in this set.
And now you'd have to fancy us going to a tiebreak.
Well, it looks like tie-break time, doesn't it? But you never know.
Well, I think Pricey's more worried about his prediction than anything else.
There we go again. Tatty loving these 23.5 metre jacks.
1 inch short of jack high.
Maybe he's found a chink of weakness in Mervyn's game. I only say maybe.
I don't think there's much there, Greg. Look at this. I just think it's so hard to keep that top form going all the way through a match. There might be occasions when you just have a little lapse of concentration for a couple of ends. Gives an opening for your opponent to come through, and that's exactly what Alex Marshall has done.
It's textbook play now from Alex. 1 on and 1 just behind. Gives you so many options if Mervyn was to draw the shot. Can Mervyn get back in time? Not quite.
Well, it's half locks that ball in at the back, and Alex Marshall will want to turn this jack in round the corner, out of sight.
Yeah, I would have thought so too, David, but he's seen something else. He's playing down the backhand.
Well,
can't really see what he's looking to gain, but maybe he's happy with the situation.
Trouble with the backhand, he's been dropping short on it lately. After 2 really good balls, Greg, on the forehand, I'm really very, very surprised he changed.
Just the 1.
Yes, I thought he would have kept with that, and like as you say, just turned the jack in for 3. Maybe he's given Mervyn a chance. Mervyn's decided to play a little weighted shot. I think he's going to cut away quite quickly, though.
Yes, it's under, but he's going to stay on the rink by the looks of it. And that gives Alex a different sort of problem. He's going to have to go deep.
Yes, I would have thought he'll come deep. Somewhere near the last red bowl, maybe a metre in. Split the 2 back reds. Try and get as near to the spot as you can.
Disappointment in Mervyn's face from that last delivery. Should be a deep ball here to try and split the 2 reds at the back. Stay well away from the head.
Played it very well. Perfect, in fact. Splits the 2 reds, and it's also the closest, I think, to both spots.
Yes, it is. Well, it's a shot on from Mervyn. He can still drag this jack back or punch the ball out. Well, if he can get at this, I think he can just about get through to the green ball.
Yep. Doesn't even matter if he squirts the jack. If he squirts the jack to the side, he's got one waiting.
Yes. Well, inside track.
Better this time. He's got a little bit more weight. He's still going, though. Gone.
The way that kicked across so unbelievably fast. Well, we know it's a hard shot, Greg, but that really did flash across the head.
It did. Probably Mervyn, more than anybody, has not played that this week. He's been drawing so well. He's just drawn every shot. Other players have tried that and found how quick it goes across. Unfortunately for Mervyn, he's had to wait to the finals to find out that. You really think you're on a good line, and then wham, it goes across the head.
So he gets the ball away fine, but look at the way it kicked across with a little bit of weight. Missed the head by about a metre in the end.
Yeah, and he didn't increase the weight from the previous bowl, but he still needed to go quicker to hold the line.
Good to see young bowlers coming to watch this level of championship.
Yes, this is something for them all to aim for in the future.
So the kids from White Oak are very, very good. This one has already won a county championship, propping up Andy Thompson, I believe, at number 2.
It's about 7 inches short of Jack Hay. The gap's about 4 inches.
Yeah, I think Andy just likes the average age in those competitions then, doesn't he? Sounds good to him.
Yeah, it brings him down about 15 years, doesn't it? Well, once again, a good first ball by Tatty Marshall.
This has really had Mervyn under pressure the last 3 ends, 4 ends. And although to most players that red ball would look in the line, Alex is now so confident he can drop round that with dead pace to score another point.
Yes, and if he misses it, he's going behind. That's what Mervyn was doing in the first set.
Yeah, Alex playing textbook now. First one on, second one just covering. Keep ticking those ends over.
Two.
Well, it's 2 to green. There's no reason why Alex shouldn't change, or should change. He should just keep to the backhand.
Yes, he's so confident down this side of the green. Nice wide arc. Once the pace comes off, can he drop inside his own green for another shot?
A little bit beyond, deeper shot. Portable rink now, well known to all the top players, this blue rink. Certainly makes it very colourful. This is better. Got a chance with this one. Well, it has dropped in. We're not sure if it's a shot.
1 green.
Still 1 to green. And that might tempt Alex actually to change onto the forehand now.
I think so. David, swap to the forehand, draw to the last red bowl, count 2, turn the jack out of sight. Nothing too flash. As I've said before, when you're laying short, it's a lot easier to roll another one in. And this looks about perfect. Well played.
That's a very, very good ball by Alex Marshall. And not only is it an extra shot, but Mervyn will be tempted to have a go at these 2 balls, and there's an element of risk about it.
I think so. The set is slipping away from him. 9-3 down, 2 down in the end. I think it'll be a backhand. Up for the shot bowl, jack off the rink to score, or the split. Yeah, I thought he'd play a bit quicker, but it's close to his target. Wow.
We didn't expect it to go all the way back. Now, the thing that's the problem here is that the marker's absolutely praying he doesn't have to measure this.
Can't really see from this angle. He was unlucky, as we saw there. He got the wrong green bowl. It looks like 1 green, possibly 2 or 3.
I think it's definitely 1, but it could be more.
I think Mervyn's conceding the 1, and then it's going to be the long string.
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen any measure as long as this before. It must be all of 7 meters. Well, they have got a measure that will cope with this. Here we go.
Doesn't come out very often.
Well, 1 shot is bad enough for Mervyn. Any more than that, and that's going to make life very, very difficult. So it'll be the closest red bowl against the other greens. There's the little pointer that'll go to the greens now to check it out once you get it sorted out with the jack. It's not scientific, but it works.
One.
Oh, we can see both those balls just dropping short. He'll check the red ball again.
One green.
One it is.
One shot to green.
Mervyn King reduced the count from a double to a single. That's Alex Marshall after 6 ends in the second set. 10 shots to 3 up. 7-shot lead in the set. He must win to force a tie break. Well, that's interesting. Alex dropped the jack through, cast it forward, immediately slapped his leg. He's misjudged the length with this.
Yes, once he knew he'd overcast it, he's now actually put it on the length that Mervyn's been preferring. I think Tatty's got his confidence back now. I'd imagine this one to be very close. Up within inches, I would have thought. If not touching.
It's not bad. Well, as you say, Greg, this is the length that Mervyn's been enjoying, and the jack so important in the game of bowls. If you overplay it, it can cause havoc.
Yes, Tatty overplayed it just by a couple of metres, but I think his confidence will be high enough now to deal with it. He's on the same road as his last one. If it's increased, perfect.
Better with this. Bowl first,
Perfect.
then the jack. Didn't waste any time, did he? Well, it certainly is an education for anyone who wants to learn how to play a singles game, the way these guys are playing. Wonderful play, highest level.
Alex now will look for a bit of cover.
The last ball, the gap will be 11 inches.
He lays the shot, probably 2 shots. Would like to get to the back reds or beyond the back reds. On that good road again. Be looking to, he just wants to get past his own into the red. Can he get there? Willing it on.
Well, it just dropped off. It's actually not too bad. Mervyn's still in with a chance to stretch the jack back for 3.
Yes, this is a very, very difficult shot. Haven't seen many of these achieved in the time I've been here.
Well, definitely playing it going deep. I think Alex will be forced to go deep now. This is virtually a set line position.
Yeah. Yes, Alex will be very, very happy with the head. He'll look to probably come 1 metre past the jack, split the 3 red bowls.
3 green.
3 green. You can play this either side. Doesn't really matter. It's whatever he favours. Alex going on the forehand. First 3 bowls on the back. Well, he needs to miss everything.
He's very well played.
There's the split. It's still there, though, for Mervyn just to nudge the jack. This is really difficult. But if he gets it, it could bring him right back into it.
Yes, as you say, this is one of those shots you feel he must make to keep his chances in this set alive.
Well, if he gets onto that sort of half jack angle, he might be able to nudge the jack back half a metre. Yes, he's just going for inside the drawing line, trying to get the ball to bend back
Very close. Can he get enough bend?
Oh, he's in with a chance for this.
Very, very close.
Oh, what a ball. He's going to get a single, not the three that he would dearly love to have scored. A marvellous ball by Mervyn King.
One shot to red.
Yes, fantastic bowl there. Just needed that jack to run another 2 or 3 inches to count a 3. As it is, he scores the shot, and there's still enough time left.
There was a chance that this ball would have nudged the jack back, but it's really, he was drawing it, Greg. He wasn't going for that.
Yes, played the draw. The jack just got stuck on that green one. He'll be happy to score the one, but as you can see there, is willing it on just to go that extra couple of 3 inches for a 3.
Well, stems the flow of shots for Mervyn King. He's lost the last 5 ends to the tune of 10 shots in a row. So he'll be delighted to get back on the card. He still has 4 ends to score 6 shots, and that's very possible. But not if he keeps dropping the front ball there.
He's thrown this jack 28 metres, which is the longest length of the game. But by dropping the first one short, released all the pressure.
More so if Alex puts this close. Well, we can see this set's bounced about a bit. Well, 3 and then another 3, but look at the run. 4 and 3 singles, single back. Alex Marshall will try and control the last, or the next couple of ends, even to singles. And that will force Mervyn into chasing the set.
One green.
Means he has to go looking for large counts. Teddy on the high line, trying to drop around the front short ball.
Yes, just a case of loading the head with as many green bowls as possible. Look at this, fantastic stuff. Well played.
Time for a little bit of pace, I feel. Mervyn to try and disturb the head. Oh, it's kicking away quick. Didn't even connect the front short one, Greg. That was a margin.
As I said earlier, I just don't think he's hardly played any weighted shots all week. He's been drawing that well. And now he's finding out how difficult it is. Hasn't got a bowl past the jack, so he's in all sorts of trouble this end.
Teddy might go deep on the forehand with this. Well, he can go either side, doesn't matter. Anything behind the jack is useful.
Yes, I think he's gone a touch wider. As you said, he's going to go beyond the jack. Total control of this end.
Well, there is a shot on here from Mervyn. It's not easy. If you can get a contact, Greg, on the front green ball. Tried it the last time. Even get his own ball into the green might help. Either way, it needs a little bit of promotion, a little bit of pace. Well, that's the hard option.
He's playing the dead draw.
Gets this wrong, the set's gone.
Doesn't look there. Doesn't look there.
I really don't think that was the right shot, Greg. I know he had no back position, but even pushing in to take the front green one out and run through. I think Teddy Marshall's going to close this set down. Scored 2 now. Chance of another. And he'll be on the forehand more than likely.
I'm not so sure. He's played all three on this backhand side. I think he feels so confident.
Well, the thing is, why he's playing the forehand, Greg, is he just didn't want any mistake whatsoever on the front red.
No danger.
You know, as safe as houses on the forehand, and if he misses it, well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Two shots to green.
3 ends to go. Alex Marshall scores on this end. We'll go into a 3-end tiebreak.
I thought it was unfair to interview Mervyn King's wife, Suzanne, so I'm leaving her alone. But his stepdaughter, Alicia, is still quite positive now. What do you think he's got to do? He can't really turn this set around, can he?
No, he's just got to do his best, really. And hopefully, if he gets into the tie-break, he'll win that.
Do you think maybe the cold is beginning to affect him?
Just a little, but hopefully no one notices that.
So you think he could still win this?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there you go. That is the voice of expertise from the Players' Lounge.
And who is going to argue with that? I know I wouldn't. Great little character, Alicia. Mervyn. A good first delivery, and Alex will be staying away from this, I would imagine. He knows that that's a set lie position.
No, your ball's touching.
Oh, if it's touching, you definitely don't go near it, Greg. Stay well away from that.
Yes, he'll be looking to get beyond the jack. Down the middle of the green somewhere. Quite happy with that. Mervyn will be just looking to niggle in. Just move the green bowl away from the jack to give himself a little chance with his third and fourth bowl. Great road.
Oh, this is close. This is very close. He's coming in on a good side, on the high side, to try and nudge it. Oh, anything more. 3 or 4 more inches would have been enough.
Yes, normally we say get as many bowls in the area as possible, but Alex at the moment really doesn't need another one in there because that bowl isn't going anywhere without the jack moving. He's just trying to fill the gap, I think, making it even harder for Mervyn. Yeah, just dropping that little bit short. He'll be happy with that.
No, that forces the issue a bit.
Leaves Merv nowhere to go, really. It'll be interesting in a little while, David, to see on the tie-break ends whether they give the jack away, which is the normal standard by players, or whether they keep the jack, because they're both definitely preferring their own lengths.
Well, that's a disturbance, and that might actually give him the shot. I think that ball has just run off the confines of the rink. It'll be taken away and removed. There it goes. Brandailey lifts the ball off to the side. Take no further part in this end. Tati, well, if it is one red, he'll just want to drop his own ball down. Try and make sure of the shot.
Yes, he will, but the green bowl is still wedged well in there, so there's no real chance of Mervyn getting a count of 3 out of this end. Brian's not sure.
Slightly favour the green, but it'll be close.
Well, he favours the green bowl. If that's the case, I don't think I would go anywhere near it.
He's just trying to block Mervyn's shot in.
Well, if it is a single, it'll be a tie-break position, and we go into a 3-end tie-break. It's not accumulated shots over those 3 ends for the players. It's just a matter of who wins 2 of the ends. They will win the title.
Mervyn got very little on here. He's got to avoid the short blocker that Tati's just put in. Avoid the very close green bowl. Touch the jack for 2. Difficulty out of 10, 10 this.
Well, yes, and Mervyn's been forced to push it out very wide. I don't think this is going to make it. Good effort, but just going through. We'll check to see if it's 1 to green. We'll know if it's a tie break because the boys will have to toss a
One
coin.
shot to green, second set to green.
It is
My
1 to
time.
green. 13-4 in favour of Alex Marshall. He has come back really strong to level the match in the second set. Scotland on a roll. Well, the toss of coin is absolutely critical here. I think Alex has won the toss and he's been offered the opportunity.
Alex won the toss, has given the jack to Mervyn in the first end.
Well, that's interesting. He wants the last ball, so tactically he said, off you go, Mervyn, you do it. Shake of the hands for the tie break. So Alex Marshall give away the jack on the first end. Mervyn will have the choice in the second end, and then if required it'll revert back to Alex Marshall again. And tactically it's a matter of whether you want to be able to be in control of the jack length or have the last ball. What would you have done there, Greg? Because there's been quite a contrast here.
Yes, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10 all players would give the jack away to have the last bowl, but Alex has certainly won that set on 23.5 metre jack length, so I wouldn't have been surprised if it had kept it, but he obviously wants the last bowl.
Well, yes, that's true, but the only thing for me, and slightly different from yourself on this one, is that Alex Marshall, you know, although he is very confident in his drawing ability, I don't think I want Mervyn to have the first bite of the cherry to get to the jack. And he's been forced onto the forehand from away from his favourite backhand. And he's dropped short. Well, no, this is totally different. I think I would have wanted to stick to that backhand.
One thing's for sure, I certainly need a closer bowl than that to win this end. Mervyn's on a tremendous line. Looks like he's increased the pace.
The last ball, the gap's 8 inches.
8 inches is more than enough room for a ball to come between the two red. If Alex wants to play it. If he doesn't, it's half a metre on his last delivery.
Certainly on a great road. Pace is better.
Oh,
is it enough?
Doesn't want to drop away, and he has. No, still 1 to red. Possibly even 2. Doesn't need 2 though. 1's enough to win the end.
The second one's close.
I have a feeling that Alex might have played that in the backhand
This one
actually,
here.
because Greg, you know, he's got a shoulder to come off if he gets the shot ball first.
Yes, I think if he'd actually visited the head and looked at the angles, he would have played backhand, but he knew also if he increased the weight on the forehand, he could have won the shot. So one thing's for sure, I think Mervyn still needs to get closer to win this end.
Well, he's very close to getting the gap himself. Is he going to make it? He has. And the home support go wild here at Hopton-on-Sea. Their man is in prime position to take the first end of the tie-break.
2 red and a measure.
Now, this all... Sorry, David, I can say this all depends now on how Alex is feeling. You know, if he feels that he can still draw the shot, I mean, he's probably only got 4 inches, he'll play it. But normally, he would split the head open.
I think I have to look, Greg. I think you'd be looking off that, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I think that's the shot for you to play, and I would reckon that Alex should play that. If he gets off the ball, the angle's perfect to get back onto the jack again. Otherwise, it's a very delicate draw. Oh, even more weight, trying to make a real disturbance. He's got a chance with this to split all the balls away.
Perfect.
Oh, what a ball! What a shot by Alex Marshall. Well, he's universally recognised as the best all-round bowler in the world, and that's why tremendous result, but a perfect ball to get everything. Mervyn will draw this, Greg.
Well, he's drawn 3 in. I'm pretty sure this will be the shot. It just depends how close he gets and what options he leaves Alex.
Oh, it's there. It's definitely there. I can see that. Only just though, but it's sufficiently far enough away to tempt Alex into drawing it. But he's got a big choice here, Greg. He's got 3 seconds. He can drive the 2 balls out, or he can try and draw it.
Yes, it's one of those situations. Had Mervyn got closer, Alex pretty sure would have drove the bowl out, but now it's in that land. There's plenty of room to draw, and he could win the shot, or he could drive the bowl out and get the shot.
The option is a high line draw on his favourite backhand, but if he hits that ball, you can come across, and this green one will score the shot.
Just depends how you feel at this moment. Both shots are the right shots to play.
I think on his previous ball, if he repeats that, he'll get the 2 of them.
Yes, there's a good chance.
Oh, what a choice. You say, Greg, if the red ball had been 3 or 4 inches away, there was no choice to make.
There we go. He's made his decision. Oh. Just at the wrong moment, a disturbance in the crowd.
Settle the smile off your face, Alex, and get the concentration back. Totally committed to this shot. Well, he's going for the draw, a delicate draw.
He's certainly on the perfect road for it.
It's a big ball if he draws this after playing a running ball.
Looks very good. Pace looks pretty good. Well played.
Well, Mervyn King had already started to clap that ball as it was coming down the rink. What a great ball by Alex Marshall. He was disturbed on the mat, reset himself and drew the perfect shot. Alex Marshall, 1 end, 1 shot away from making bowls history. Well, local support still there for Merv, as you would expect. Stepdaughter Harriet is there in the red hat.
Yes, the local fan club be desperate now for this to go to a 3rd end of the tie break.
Alex back to the short jack length. Well, you would expect Alex Marshall to get close with the first ball. It's a little bit through, but it's a good starter, and Mervyn King will have the advantage of the last delivery if required.
Yes, Merv on a great road. Looks to be a good pace as well.
Oh, he's got it first time. Shot back. Oh, a fantastic atmosphere here.
Last ball, 4 inches.
Alex taking his time, letting the crowd settle.
The way these two have played today, one of them will certainly get closer than this. Alex is on a very good road. Pace looks pretty good as well. He can get back down to his own bowl and sit in. It's the winner.
Oh, he's got it back yet again. Well, the pressure of the world title on the shoulders of both these players. And it's like a demonstration match. Well, Mervyn changing onto the forehand to try and rest the green ball. That's where the shoulder is, the bigger of the targets.
On a perfect road. I'm just not sure whether he's sent this.
He hasn't. He's dropping short, and it's not going to be in a very good place at all.
Now, this is most definitely advantage Alex here.
Danger here, Greg, is that if he draws another one, he might well leave a shoulder. I think he's better just going away from this, staying well away.
Yes, I think so. I think he'll look at that and realise the shot is close enough to win him the title. We were in a similar position to this on the last end, and Alex broke the head up with his third bowl to draw with the fourth. I'm just wondering whether Merv will do the same, or whether he'll decide to try and outdraw it.
Oh, that's interesting. He pointed to the marker Brandalee to move slightly out of the way because he's going deep.
Quite right.
Oh, it's a sensible move, because even if Mervyn draws onto the back green bowl, drops back, is still not enough. Oh, it's a clever ball. This is a great position. Mervyn must make a disturbance with this one to give himself any sort of a chance.
He's the only player in the top 16 that would back himself to draw this. That's the only thing.
Yes, you're right.
Everybody else would be looking to bust it open, but he's the only player that would back himself to draw this.
Well, definitely going for the draw shot. He's out on a line. It's a good line. It's all on pace. Looks pacey to me. Will it get back? It's trying its best. It's not going to make it. And Alex Marshall has got one hand on the trophy. He's one bowl away from winning his 4th World Championship singles. And I think he must stay away again, Greg.
I think he'll try and block Merv's forehand, to be honest.
Force him into playing the back.
I think he's happy with the position in the head. He's got the back position. I think he'll try and block the forehand draw.
Can't blame him. If he gets beside the front red one, or even short of that, it would be good.
He'll be shorter than that. He'll not want to offer anything. It's one of those lovely positions. It doesn't really matter where you put this one, because Mervyn has got to play an absolute Brahma to save the match.
Well, if he's on the forehand, surely he's going to drop short. We'll have to give Alex Marshall a lot of credit in this match. He was up against it in the first set, lost it 7-5, came all the way back to win the second 13-4. He's putting deep balls in both sides.
Yep.
And really, he's more or less saying, oh, I'm not going to give you any help, Mervyn. You get out of the situation. Mervyn King, the defending champion, one bowl to save the championship.
And he looks like he's got an inch and a half to draw the shot, David.
Well, as you say, Greg, he's a man of ultimate confidence in his own ability. He's going to try and draw this shot. That's a good line again.
Fantastic road.
Beautiful line. It's all on pace. Will he get back from there?
This will be some bowl.
Oh, it's struggling.
This will be some bowl.
It's not going to make it, is it? It's not going to make it, is it? It's so close. Oh, it's rested the green ball. It's run the green. What a great effort by Mervyn King.
Well played, Tatty.
Well, Scotland will go mad at this result. Alex Tatty Marshall has won the World Professional Singles for the 4th time. He is the man that makes history. Right then, they will celebrate tonight. What a wonderful performance by Alex Marshall. Wins the tiebreak 2-0, and Greg, this was so close.
As I say, nobody else on the tour would have even tried the shot, I don't think. You know, he's got an inch and a half to draw the shot, and he's finished, what, 3 inches away. So close. Just wants it to drop in front of the green, just gets to the green and stops. But all credit to Tatty, he deserves the championship. Well played.
Yes, the man celebrates the 4th world title. The only man in the world ever to achieve it. But Alex Marshall deserves every accolade he's going to get.
Tie-break in the history of the World Indoor Championships. And a slice of history, because Alex Marshall, MBE, is the first man to win this title 4 times. You didn't exactly dance down the rink this time, but I think inside you were dancing.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when I seen, you know, Mervyn's boasting up at the end, if he dropped in, you know, would he went to an extra end. But it's just so relieved and just you know, I'm very, very delighted to win this for the fourth time. You know, just to win it once would be phenomenal, but to win it 4 times, it's a massive achievement for myself.
And Mervyn, great start from you. Very, very tight first set. What do you think was the turning point of the match?
I think that was the second end of the second set when I went for the bowl, just pushed it past and pushed it onto my bowl, and Alex got 2, 3 actually. If I got that right, I could have been 2, could have been 5-0 up, so probably turned it and I sort of lost the pace a bit.
You had the majority of the support here from the locals anyway. Anything you'd like to say to the Potters crowd?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank them very much for coming to support me. Sorry I let them down, but I'm quite happy to get to the final at the end of the day.
I think they'll forgive you. And I think also both you realise and they realise how well this man has played. Would that be right up there among the matches of your life?
Definitely. Yeah, you know, Mervyn totally outbowled me in the first set. The second set I came on strong. I played really well, and again, just absolutely delighted to win this. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Well, let's let you go forward and receive the trophy and the cheque. I'm not sure which means more.
Definitely the trophy.
Good man. It's over to Richard Bear, our MC.
Thank you very much, Claire. Well, will you please welcome the presentation party? And first to the man who brought bowls to Norfolk. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of Potter's Leisure, Mr. Brian Potter, accompanied by the chief executive of World Bowls Tour, Mr. Nigel Oldfield. And to receive a cheque for £14,000, still the local hero, your runner-up, Mervyn King. And to receive a cheque for £28,000, a Langham glass goblet, and the title of the 2007 Potter's Holiday World Indoor Singles Champion, Alec Marshall. Ladies and gentlemen, for a record 4th time in the history of the game, the 2007 Potter's Holiday World Indoor Singles Champion, Alex Marshall!